have probably 3 or 4 teams that can go all the way and actually win it. The 2 LA teams, I'm going to throw Brooklyn in that mix. I want to say Milwaukee.
I don't want to say Milwaukee. I'm not a believer, and I haven't been a believer for a long time. And I wasn't a believer when it was the popular thing to be a believer.
Yeah. But what about Philly? Can you throw Philly in that mix?
I like Philly better than Milwaukee, to be honest, because I just like what they put around Joel and Ben. I also like that they have Doc Rivers leading them. And I think Daryl Morey, which nobody talks about, I mean, he's a really great mind when it comes to basketball. And just all that. I think winning a championship is a combination of so many things. That's why I didn't really look at the Warriors as a contender, even when Klay was healthy. I was one of the few that didn't think so. I mean, what do you think? If Klay was healthy, and I hope him the best, do you think they were a contender?
No, because I still think they're kind of soft in the middle, soft. And maybe next year Klay comes back, Wiseman makes this tremendous, but can we really count on Oubre and in the biggest of games against LeBron?
And not only that, it's a whole new team. And Draymond's a little bit older. Steph's a little bit older. Klay's a little bit older. All that combined, it's just tough,
Yeah, exactly. And so, but as the Toronto Raptors a couple of years showed us, all bounces your way, some injuries around the league, you just never know. And so I don't want to if I had to bet now, I'm giving it to the Lakers. But who knows in April, what's it like? Maybe we do this again in a couple of months, and then I'll give you my real predictions, because to me, it's also important how you play going into the playoffs. And so, if you're struggling going in, if you have some internal turmoil going in, you can't just flip the switch come playoffs. I'm not a firm believer in that in today's NBA, unless you're LeBron James, right? He's proven he could flip the switch, but some of these other teams, man, especially, you talk about Philly, they got to get some momentum going. Same thing with Clippers too. And so there's a handful of teams out there that could win it, but the Lakers are the clear favorite.
Yeah, health is always a factor, but it'll be interesting as we get into the playoffs with the contact tracing. Like, guys might not even have COVID and then they can't play.
Yeah. And that's what's so scary about, this virus going around and how it's going to impact, the season. I mean, we're looking at the NFL playoffs now and fingers crossed that so far so good, no star player. But what happens if a LeBron or, somebody on the Lakers, what do you do in the come playoff time if you have to sit out a game or miss a couple of games because of contact tracing and COVID? So you could pretty much guarantee it's going to have some sort of impact for somebody later in the season.